has been signed with Harvard already. So Aditya will be co-designing courses with Harvard, where they will design the course together. Harvard students will teach them and certify those courses. So that's one big thing. And another big news, sir, is that we have signed up with Philip Kotler, his company, to bring the world's largest marketing summit to India. So today we are just getting the final approvals from Kotler's team for the creatives. So tomorrow or today evening we'll announce that officially, sir.
Wonderful. That's really nice.
Heartiest congratulations, Aditya.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a big one, sir. That's a very big one, sir. 132 speakers. It's going to happen in 100 countries. It has 4 prime ministers, 3 presidents, 45 CEOs, and top people from Harvard, Stanford, Wharton.
Good morning.
Lalit sir, meeting.
Okay, Bode sir, can you mute yourself?
Yeah, Sandeep, you were saying something, I guess.
Yeah. And so again, we'll let you know all about this unique conference. We invite all of you to take part in it.
So don't worry, these are initial level hiccups. Once our session is on, we will remove unmuting provision with everyone. Right now being an interactive zone, so we are just keeping it on right now.
Understood. And
Good morning.
Aditya,
Good morning, all.
good morning, Meenakshi.
How are you, sir? All set for a real, achievement that is going to happen soon. It's
Yes,
quite an effort. I saw it. I can admire that. It is quite an effort to really gather, the kind of crowd and the kind of work that you are doing. So it's great. I mean, you should be proud of him.
Ma'am, already 150 schools are partnered with us.
Okay.
Who have supported for raising funds.
Wow.
So 1,500 students from 150 schools.
Wonderful.
Let's also welcome Dr. Ganesh Rao. We can see.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Pachpati, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Meenakshi,
morning.
Aditya will need the access rights for showing the.
I did. I got the access.
Now remembering.
Have the speakers joined, Meenakshi?
Sumit Naya. Yeah, cuma Sumit.
Meenakshi, do we have all the speakers in?
I'll just check. I think we have 74 participants right now. Let me just check.
So we have the CA Athavale sir is here, and you also speaking, Sandeep sir, and
Yes.
Ashish Dalia sir.
No, we can I'll just call Khedkar sir and Saili ma'am. Can you Bhansali sir call Chodia sir?
Yeah, he has already said that he's traveling. He'll be on by.
If you can just ask him to join for some time initially, through car or something.
Yeah, I will call him.
Good morning to all.
Just happened to speak with Khedkar, sir. Unfortunately, he is on his way to hospital, so he has some emergency. So he said basically he will not be able to join today.
Meenakshi ji, we can reorder. Chodia ji has already said that he'll join at 11:30. So we can reorder and the other speakers can speak more.
Okay, fine. So no problem. We'll take this
Reorder. Chodia ji has already said that he'll join at 11:30. So we can reorder and
basically
the other speakers can speak more.
Okay,
Meenakshi ji, we can reorder.
no problem.
Chodia ji has already said that he'll join at 11:30. Chodia ji has already said reorder and the other speakers.
No problem.
I think some of us has logged in from from multiple devices, from PC as well as mobile. So it is requested to log in from one device only. Some of us has PC as well as mobile. So it is requested to log in from one device only.
Ashish sir, is it because of something on live that we have put that it is echoing and repeating itself, or are we cool technically?
Many people's mics are on, that's why.
So now I think everything is okay. I had muted everyone.
Okay.
Everyone has a provision of unmuting as well. So we have an option of either disallowing that, but I think let's proceed because see, our Zoom limit is 100. So that's the reason why we are live on YouTube as well.
Okay.
Members who now logs in will be able to check it out on YouTube live. Okay.
Sir, just one request. Saili ma'am would be joining sometime because she's not picked up. So will she be able to log in, or will she be have to see it online?
So Saili madam, once she tries to log in, we might have to disconnect someone from here.
Okay. So you are working on that, right?
Just let me know. Just let me know once Saili madam joins in.
Okay, we also welcome Mr. Sudhir Mateti and Mr. Deepak Toshniwal, who are distinguished speakers.
Good morning.
For
Good morning.
This event. Good morning. Good morning, Deepak ji. Good morning, Sudhir ji.
And we have Dr. Pandey who has joined, right? Milind Pandey, sir. Has Milind Pandey sir joined?
I don't see him there.
Meenakshi, I don't see him as well. I don't think.
Can you just call in?
Yeah,
Sir?
I will.
Okay. I'll should I just start the session so that
You can start. Yes.
Yeah, because otherwise it will take time for
Yes.
Okay, fine. So good morning, dear all. I welcome you all to yet another interesting and informative session organized by FII, Federation of Industrial Institute, which has always tried to bring the institute and the industries on one platform for our students, essentially to gain an in-depth and holistic knowledge of this academic and professional world, which probably they will soon be getting absorbed into. Now, today's webinar is a platform for discussion on a very recent challenge which our young students probably would be facing after the issues now have got evolved, to how to come back to the education center and how to start their offline academic journey and where to pick up from. Where did they leave the education, the offline education? For young people and especially for vulnerable to youth, the COVID-19 crisis posed tremendous unrest in the fields of education, employment, mental health, and also disposable income. Moreover, while youth and future generation will shoulder much of the long-term economic and social consequences of this crisis, the success in education essentially depends on how these students will fight the aftermath that the COVID has left them in. Now, this is a topic that we have considered most apt for today's discussion, as we are now getting into the recovery phase in academics and educational classes, soon to resume in campuses, and how our students and colleges should prepare ourselves for this. So that is why we have the academic and the industries people present on this platform to discuss not only in terms of education, but also the employment opportunities for these students who are graduating or post-graduating this year. To discuss this, we have eminent personalities, eminent speakers from the academic and the industry background. And they will be, they have immense experience and wisdom to be able to throw light on this topic. And it will also brainstorm on preparing ourselves for embracing this new ray of light, which we are seeing almost after 2 years of darkness that we have been into. We also have with us a very young prodigy, Aditya Pachpande, who is also an entrepreneur and an innovator, who, while still a student of grade 9, is forced to reckon with in the field of education and innovation with his marvelous invention of Suraksha Kit, which is soon going to enter a world record on 2nd of October. We would be hearing that from him very soon. But let me introduce first to the speakers of the day of today's webinar. We would have had Dr. Khedkar, who was the Vice Chancellor of Ajinkya D.Y. Patil, but unfortunately, he had to leave due to some medical emergency to the hospital. We would soon be having Dr. Saili Gankar, who is Vice Chancellor of D.Y. Patil Ambi, with having more than 29 years of experience in academic and industry. She was considered most apt to be the speaker for this session today. Then we would be having with us Dr. Milind Pandey, who is a Pro-Vice Chancellor of MIT World Peace University, with more than 28 years of academic experience and with 2 doctorates. A very rare recipient of postdoctoral research fellowship from HRD, Government of India. And with so much of industry experience, probably again, he was considered most apt for this discussion of today. Then we have with us Dr. Sandeep Pachpande, who is Chairman, ASM Group of Institutes. He's also a co-founder of NextGen Innovation 8 and an angel investor. He's also into real estate. He's an author. He's a speaker in universities like Harvard and Kellogg. So again, an eminent personality for us to discuss a lot of our issues that the students might be facing. We would be having Dr. Sanjay Chodia joining soon. He's a founder, president, and chairman of Surya Datta Education Foundation. Also a senior management professional and a passionate educationist. He's also chairman of SME Chamber of India. Then we have with us Dr. Ganesh Rao, Director, Pune Business School, who has been in academic and industry for more than 20 years with prior experience of working in industry with Bajaj Auto. He was earlier director of Midcon Institute of Management. We have with us the star attraction, Aditya Pachpande, who is a child prodigy and an entrepreneur and an innovator, who, while still a student of grade 9, has done tremendous innovation in the field of education too. As an innovator and entrepreneur, he co-founded NextGen Inno 8 Global Solutions Private Limited, a company which is dedicated to spark the power of innovation in every child and committed to bring innovative solutions to the world. He has designed at a very early age an innovative solution to combat COVID-19. He created a Suraksha box, which is a UV light sterilization box, which is used to sterilize essentially items like foods, groceries, and anything and everything that we use on a daily basis. It clears and saves us from bacteria, fungi, viruses, and almost all strains of COVID-19. This box has been a Government of India approved, patent published, and approved by CSIR CMERI, which is Government of India body. He is a winner of multiple awards and the youngest ever student to complete 3 summer academics at Harvard. I mean, I cannot imagine at that early age, he's achieved so much. He's an entrepreneur and an entrepreneur course at Babson. He has MOU with Harvard, bringing Summer Business Academy program. He's appeared as a young international keynote speaker at several international education and innovative summits. And he's the youngest speaker at IVLIF Singapore, Beacon IIT Delhi in 2019, in Dubai, Dialogue India, SOCHM, then and a lot more in IIM Bangalore. So he's been a speaker at a lot of places, and he's also the youngest speaker at AWS Imagine Conference 2019 Seattle, guest lecture in Seattle, and a keynote speaker in New Delhi. So he has a lot of feather in his cap to discuss, which he'll be basically showcasing today through his innovative box that he has created, Suraksha Kit. Then from industry, we have Mr. Sudhir Maiteti. He's a head HRs of Central Telecom and NK Converge Tech Life. Mr. Maiteti has 25 plus years of experience in HR gamut. He's currently heading HR of Central Telecom. Then we have Mr. Ashish Dalia. He's an entrepreneur, CEO, and chief business strategist in iKnowledge Factory Private Limited, with working in fields like branding, digital marketing, website development, and application development, with more than 19 years of experience in helping brands with their online marketing strategies. We have with us Mr. Deepak Toshnewal. He is a pharmaceutical industry veteran who has, launch of a lot of pharmaceutical products in over 50 countries, and served as the country head of Spanish Pharma Major. Currently, he's serving as a CEO of Disha Food, which is a chocolate manufacturing company which makes over 230 types of chocolates. We also have with us Dr. Preetham Salvi, who is a managing consultant with IBM Global Services. Prior to this, he was associate director with Ernst & Young. He's a professional in various industries like FMCG, retail, consulting, transformational services, etc. We have with us CA Vijay Athavale, a qualified accountant in India, and who has got more than 30 years of post-qualification experience in various fields such as accounting, outsourced services, financial consulting, system design, software development, and so on. We have with us CA Ashok Bansali sir, who plays a key role in offering services and advisory consultancy as a financial consultant. He's a virtual CFO, he's a coach, he's a facilitator, and he's an approved career counselor with Indian Chartered Accountant of India. He's a chairman of our Forum of Industry and Institute. We have with us Dr. Satish Marathe, who's been working in the field of education for the last 36 years, and he's been associated with TMV, Tilak Maharashtra Vidyapith, Pune. So now I would, after speaking and giving a brief about our eminent guests, I would quickly open the floor for discussion with our esteemed guest to see how basically we can combat this aftermath of COVID that it has created for our young students, and how they would now fight it or be resilient or recover from the situation and get back into the main stream of education and industry. Before we start, I would, because we have such a star person over here who is such a young person, we have never had such a young person ever in our forum, and probably he's done much more than what I have done till now in my life. So let me just have Master Aditya Pachpande explain his contribution, how to fight COVID. He has created this Suraksha Kit, and how this innovation and this creation of his is going to enter the world record attempt to achieve fight against COVID. So I now open the discussion. Aditya, can you just showcase your product and how you basically entered into this?
Yes, so good morning, everyone. I would like to first thank FII for giving, and all the other partners for organizing this event and giving me the opportunity to speak here today. You see, I have always been inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Different challenges we faced during the pandemic made me decide to do something about it. The global pandemic of COVID-19 has brought in a lot of hardships and has definitely disrupted the day-to-day lives of the entire population. And one such hardship that nearly all of us have been facing in our houses or households is how to sterilize the vegetables groceries and parcels and other everyday items that we get from outside into our homes. Well, our household warriors have been using various methods to sterilize these objects, such as exposing them under sunlight or washing them with baking soda or potassium permanganate or even basic sanitizers. However, these methods are not completely hygienic, they're very tedious, and each of them has their own drawbacks. Mainly, there's a lot of wastage of water and other chemicals. Surface transmission is the major cause for the spread of the virus today. Now, I actually have a PPT, I'll just share that real quick. Let me know if the screen is visible. Is the screen visible?
Yes, yes, it is.
Like the PPT screen?
It is. Aditya, it is. Screen is visible.
Okay, yes. Okay, so this is the wrong slide. So that's why I believe extreme times have always led humans to, I think extreme times have always led human beings to think more creatively, more innovatively, and come up with unique solutions to problems faced by the whole world. And that is why I think this thought inspired me to innovate during the crisis. And that is why I created the Suraksha box. It is a DIY UVC sterilization box, which is used to sterilize vegetables, groceries, and everyday items without using any sort of chemicals, to protect us all from all kinds of viruses, bacteria, fungi, including COVID and all strains of COVID. And this works on the principles of UVC light. And this helps to reduce the spread of the coronavirus and make the environment around us safer. And as the speaker before me mentioned, this box also has a Government of India MC&I patent published and is approved, tested and recommended and certified by CSIR CMERI ICMR approved lab of Government of India. And it has been proven to give protection against COVID-19. And this, as I mentioned, it has the patent also. It's very convenient, it's very easy to operate, it's extremely affordable. We had a steel version and now we made the more affordable DIY kit of it. There's various applications for UVC light. It's very safe to use. There's various safety features in it installed, and it doesn't use any sort of chemicals and is even applicable after the pandemic. It can be used in loads of places, all the way from homes, shops, to banks, airports, public areas, to universities and colleges. You can sterilize pretty much anything you can fit into the box, like the notes, the currencies, masks, gloves, groceries, in the public areas, all the assignments, textbooks, pens, electronics, and pretty much all everyday items. It saves a lot of time. It is an unharmful way of sterilizing. It can keep your family safe. It can keep the others around you safe. It's extremely cost effective and has 360-degree sterilization and is government approved. You can think of it like a water purifier. 100 years ago, no one really used water purifiers, but today everyone does. Just like that, the Suraksha box is a lifestyle product. There are various applications for the Suraksha box, such as sterilizing your personal belongings. In classrooms, you can sterilize all the textbooks, stationery, and you can all the other requirements such as the chalks, dusters, rulers, pretty much everything can be sterilized. It can be used to sterilize the visitors in the admin or the reception departments. You can sterilize the question papers, the currencies, threads, staplers, and pretty much any kind of small or small equipment. Stop sharing the screen. So it can pretty much be used to sterilize almost anything. And the main, I would say the main point about this is that many people asked me when I received this patent, how am I planning to commercialize this product? And I said, no, this is a time to help others and impact others' lives. This is absolutely 1/5 the cost of anything in the market, which makes it more appealing for donations. And I have also launched another venture, NextGen Innovate Social Foundation, through which we are running this mission 15.1K. And through that, we are going to donate these boxes to the underprivileged, needy, and frontline workers. Now I had a great idea. I had a great idea in place, but I needed funds in order to actually start creating the impact that I wanted to create. To raise funds and raise awareness, we partnered up with over 150 schools and taught the students there the life skill of crowdfunding through our masterclass. We spread awareness and collected over 23 lakhs through the Fuel a Dream platform. Crowdfunding is one of the greatest life skills to have as an entrepreneur, to receive funds for any kind of idea, startup, or pretty much anything, and is a great part of an entrepreneurial journey. Now, using this principle of social innovation, the success of a product like Suraksha Box depends on collaborative efforts of all the participants and the non-profit organizations. Last year, 2020, was a year where people could not mostly act but react. And these challenges that we faced were beyond anything political or just environmental. Now, more than ever, we need this future generation to think differently, to creatively assess these problems and come up with the solutions to these world's current problems. Can we have everyone's mic muted, please? A global pandemic brought by such a contagious virus does not discriminate, but only affects people from every single walk of life because of surface transmission. And for problems such as these, we need to bring forth systems adopting social innovation early on for children to understand. And as a member of that very future generation, I want to make that true. So we also have the DIY version of this same box, the Suraksha kit, which will be assembled by thousands of students from various different schools and various different partners online, which will be a very nice practical sort of social innovation science project. And this also, to a certain extent, helps to reduce climate change. If in a year it saves about 50,000 liters of water, 48 liters of sanitizer per year. Actually, let's play the world record attempt video, please. Ashish, can you play the video?
I'll
Your voice is breaking.
be requiring screen sharing rights in that case.
Okay.
Not able to share the screen. If the host could allow me to share the
Give
screen.
you screen sharing right. Just a minute. Ashish, you can do that now.
Yeah, great.
It came for a second. We can't see it anymore.
Yeah, just give me a second. Okay.
The second wave of COVID-19 has created some serious repercussions and have completely jolted our lives. This is the time when we have to stay strong and stay together and fight this virus out of the system. Wondering, how can you participate and contribute more for the society? Well, here's an opportunity. NextGen Innovate in association with World Record Organization brings to you an event that aims at achieving a world record feat of assembling the maximum number of do-it-yourself Suraksha box kits in a single day. You can help the society, and in the process, curve your name in the books of world record. Who all can participate in the world record attempt? Students, teachers, professionals, corporates, parents, organization bodies, any individual. You can use the box to protect yourself and the loved ones. You can also donate the box to a needy or underprivileged person for their protection. Cost of participation, a nominal fee of 1,499 rupees plus taxes per person, is applicable. What is Suraksha Kit? Suraksha Kit is a UVC light sterilization box that is used to sanitize any outside purchases like vegetables, newspapers, dairy products, wallets, etc. The kit is a shield of protection for any type of germs, bacteria, and virus including all strains of COVID. The box has a mesh on which the items will be put and sterilized by using UVC light, in a controlled environment for 360-degree sterilization. The Suraksha box has a Government of India (MC&I) patent published and is tested, approved, and certified by CSIR-CMERI, ICMR approved lab, of Government of India. To know more, reach us at www.nextgeninnovate.com/worldrecord/Facebook or call us at 982-191-4843.
Yeah, I'll share the screen back. I don't know if it's visible.
Yeah, now it's visible.
The next gen innovate, right?
Yeah,
The
next gen
record study.
association for everybody.
Okay, yeah. So to make sure that this message reaches to more people, as a- sorry, can we have the mic muted, please? To make sure that this message reaches to more people to have a bigger impact, we decided to make this a world record attempt. It is a movement where anyone can join for this good cause, and we are using crowdfunding to promote this. And in an attempt to make it more appealing to more people, we are having the world record attempt on 2nd of October to assemble the maximum number of UVC Suraksha kits ever done in a single day online.
Just a minute, Jyoti, sit.
Sorry. Hello.
Go ahead, Aditya. There were some people talking in.
Okay. So for any institution to be eligible, for your institution to be eligible for the world record attempt, in your schools, colleges, organizations name, a minimum of 15 kits will be required to be assembled at your organization, and the institution will get a world record certificate, and the people who will assemble these kits will also receive the world record certificate. And once these kits are assembled, they can be kept for self-use or even donated to the needy and underprivileged and frontline workers. These kits can then be used to make the environment around your school, college, or institution or company safer for the staff, students, and visitors. It can be used in libraries, receptions, classrooms, pretty much everywhere. And since I'm speaking to teachers today, you can sterilize the stationery, notes, books, pens, papers, currencies, etc. And this it's not just about COVID, right? It's about it can give protection against any kind of virus, bacteria, and fungi, germ, which can come. And even in the future, if a new virus comes up, it will still work on that. And for the others who want to participate, any individual can also participate in this and get a world record attempt certificate and to support this initiative and save others' lives. I also appeal to all of you individuals here to join us in our campaign and help save the lives of many people. And through this world record attempt, we are going to create that impact. And you see, I feel that kids are much more innovative than adults because they do not have that fear of failure. Being a kid, I came up with a solution which, when implemented, created impact. And I believe every other child out there in the world has the potential to come up with unique solutions to the problems faced by their families, communities, and even world problems. They should be encouraged to become social entrepreneurs. And children just need the right guidance, resources, and an ecosystem to provide that. This is exactly what I envision NextGen Innovate, my company, will provide. Our vision is to give the power of innovation to every teacher and child in the world so that they can come up with various creative ideas and solutions to the problems faced by their families, communities, and even global issues, and altogether make the world a better place. And let's pledge now. Let's actually pledge for a safe environment, help each other, protect ourselves, save others' lives during these challenging times. And I once again appeal to everyone here to support us in such a noble cause, informing and the individuals to inform as many people as they can, even participating in this, because the only way we can get out of a crisis like this is by prevention rather than cure, and supporting each other. This way, we can make the schools, classrooms, protecting the underprivileged section of the society, and even the environment around us safer. So thank you all.
Thank you so much, Aditya. It was so inspirational hearing it from you. I'm hearing you for the very first time, and it was, it was very nice to hear such a deep thought. Well, technically very sound in what you've created. Also, having such a nice thought about the society and sustainability, and you could think about it and translate those thoughts into some product which is the need of the hour also. So, to all the viewers and to all the faculties and students fraternity who present here, kindly help him out with this, with this attempt of his, which is going to happen on 2nd of October. And it's something very inspirational. Taking this forward, we have also, we have Dr. Saili Gankar, who has joined us as, again, I'll just repeat, she's a Vice Chancellor of DY Patil Amri with more than 29 years of experience in academic and industry, and has an experience of Dean in management. She's been, again, a person who's received so many awards of Goldman Sachs Scholarship, National Award as a Best Trainer, Motivator, APJ Kalam Leadership Award, Dronacharya Award, received Ideal Teacher Award for World Peace Center, UNESCO, India. So probably, as I said, the best person to, on this platform today. So I would request Dr. Saili Gankar first to just throw a light on how she felt about this young kids, such a nice creation and nice contribution to the society. Also, transforming or manifesting that thought of social contribution into his technical invention that he has done. And how such things probably, as from, coming from an academic background, how such things can also be inculcated in our young generation who is today, who's also joined here. And, a lot of them joining through YouTube, because we have a limitation of only 100 guests right now who are seeing us on YouTube. What do you think probably is the way forward, and how these institutes can create students or people like Aditya Pachpande?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good morning to all of you. It's a wonderful morning, actually, because if you start with the day with the creativity and innovation, I think that's what the world is always looking for. And I'm thankful to Mr. Sandeep Pachpande, who has taken this effort, and he invited me for this. I congratulate Aditya that at such a young age, he has been able to identify the problem of the society, and that's what is called as an entrepreneurship. And I must congratulate for his effort. I must congratulate Sandeep ji also, because supporting such a kid and then the creating such kind of the success for the country is very, very important. Of course, the COVID-19 has seen, and we all have experienced the challenges and the tough time, right? Especially dealing with the health issues, identifying that. I go back to the first wave, and I still remember no one was knowing, there was no clue to identify the solution to this particular issue, which started across the world. And then, of course, everyone across the globe started looking at it as a challenge, that how we can really come out with a solution. Right from the bottom of the pyramid, we started talking about it, that everyone is required to be dealt with that, prepared for that, and at the same time to overcome the issue which everyone is facing. And that is what has been done by Aditya Pachpande so effectively. I must appreciate that. And this is the entrepreneurship, and I would like to say this very proudly that, of course, the country's our own Pradhan Sevak, what he himself says all the time, that the Prime Minister of this country is talking about, that yes, we need the Atmanirbhar, which comes through the self-confidence and skilling part of it. And without that, you cannot become Atmanirbhar. And I think that's what the educational institutions, society, and the country has to come together to support these activities. Of course, I'm sure that this particular company which he has started, right, should be the unicorn company of this country. We all are looking forward for such young entrepreneurs at the end. We never thought of it, because I still remember the kind of research material or the research papers which I have read in Australia. They have a wonderful program, and they call it as a young entrepreneur program, right? And which was been started way back, almost 15-20 years back, where they were talking about that, how to catch them young and make them entrepreneur for this country. And that is what the beautiful example has been set by Aditya. So many congratulations. And I'm sure that these kits which are there, these are good kits, and they can be used for the experience on the hands-on experience, what we talk about, project-based learning, what we talk about. And at the same time, we are talking about solving the problem of the society or the customer. I think this is a wonderful initiative which has been taken. I wish all the best to him and congratulate him and his own. I'm sure he must be having his team maybe a family, and his own teachers and professors must be there. And I'm sure that he will take this to the many students at his age, and he will be a good example for this country. So once again, many congratulations and all the best to you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Saili Gankar. It was really nice to hear such inspirational words for him, and also probably, something that we really need to have inculcated in us students as well. Something that probably the education system has to evolve to create such entrepreneurial streak in our students' mind. Now we have with us, again, now we are starting with, understanding the views of how industry people view this, and how industry people are viewing the candidates or the students. Candidates is because they call them candidates, are viewing these students, so-called, I have heard the students being called as students of COVID batch, wherein this is a term which indicates probably the students have not learned much, have not really seen the campuses and a lot of that. So how the industry feels, or the corporate people feel, have they missed out on something? Are they competent enough? We have with us Mr. Mateti, who is the head of HR Central. And I would like to ask him his views basically on the corporate readiness that these students have, which supposedly is called COVID batch, are called as COVID batch students. So I would request Mr. Mateti to give his views on that, and also how he feels this young entrepreneur, is going to become, a successful person.
Thank you, Meenakshi, for giving me this opportunity to speak here. I'm amazed by Aditya Pachpade, amazing spirit and such a young kid, and with a very entrepreneurship mind. Believe me, I sometimes feel that we should get back that childhoodness and have that courage to take our dreams to the next level. For an entrepreneur, the first most important thing is his belief in his own dream, and second, having the courage to share his dream to the world, that this dream is made of some substance. Believe me, with 25 years of experience also, I have seen a lot of leaders missing that courage element of considering their dream as value to the nation. Amazing, Aditya. God bless you, and I wish you all the best in your journey. Thank you, Sandeep ji, to set as a role model for encouraging kids. And I'm sure it is not only Aditya, Sandeep ji would be encouraging millions of students across, and he will take this journey to the level next which we cannot imagine. I wish both of them all the best. And this is really very inspiring. Probably an old man like me is also inspired today. We wish to do something to contribute furthermore. Amazing, keep it up. The second question that Meenakshi, you asked me was, this is a COVID batch, and how does industry look at this COVID batch? I was looking at few, engineering students who just entered engineering. My son is also one of an engineering aspirant. He recently joined an aerospace engineering domain first year. And I was amazed to look at the engineering student, the way they have utilized this COVID time in learning online. Probably the world of knowledge has come to them on their fingertips, and all those people who wanted to make the most of this opportunity have really made the most. So I have seen them exploring different technology, exploring different sites, exploring different knowledge points, from management to technology to passion to drawing, artifacts, rendering, so many other things. So believe me, for the students who wanted to do something, this was a blessing in disguise in one way or the other. So a platter of information, a platter of practical application tools available on the fingertips. So it is always said that people who want to do something under any circumstances, they will surely do. It is their desire and their ability to learn and implement and make the most of the opportunity. Even today, I feel this COVID-19 batch is nothing but a blessing in disguise, and it will filter out the people who wanted to do something and who made the most of this opportunity versus people who would have done whatever they do even when the classes were running on. So I am sure this is this COVID-19 break gave India a digital boom. Probably without COVID, India would have taken a decade to go transform this, which we could have transformed in only 1 year. It's a transformational change that has come around in the technology, in the digital platform world. And learning has become so easy now. I believe all the academicians who are here who would believe that training people irrespective of geographical location was a dream, now has become a reality. I can learn something from Harvard sitting here in Pune. I can learn something from any faculty sitting here. Lot of free online courses are also available for people who are from the lowest part of life can also learn. I strongly believe this transformation, digital transformation, online learning system has also broken the barriers of requirement of money or probably lowest part of life. So where there is a will to learn, even people from the lowest part of life can learn. And there are a lot of entrepreneurship, a lot of next gen innovation kind of people who will encourage people to do irrespective of their support system being weak or wrong. So today in this COVID-19 batch or probably COVID batch, we are seeing a pop-up of talent which is coming up above the other norms. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity, and for the industry point of view, it is very easy for us to identify whether the system has automatically filtered the classes versus the masses, and we can easily get those students top of the cream who are doing it, and it has made our efforts far more easier than it was earlier. So this is all from my end, Meenakshi, 2 cents from my end.
Correct. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Mateti. There's always been something that I get to know. I get a pulse of what industry feels about the students. The students present here right now, as sir said, a very interesting point. I don't know if you have figured out or not. It has been a very good opportunity for the students who really wanted to learn. We have students who are there because they want to be a student. They want to do graduation or post graduation. But there are students who actually want to learn a lot. So probably this, what he said, that this has been an opportunity for those kind of students who really wanted to learn, got an ample opportunity to really enhance their skills. Like we see how a child like Aditya has, because he's got some time to understand and convert his innovative thought process into something. So likewise, these students, in your classes also have done a lot of things online. They have learned a lot, because they had a streak that they wanted to learn something. And now what he said is that the industry, it becomes much clearer now, the difference between students who have actually not really utilized this COVID time versus the students who have utilized because they have actually excelled in their studies, which was going online, and also had a time to, do a lot of other things which they wanted to do. And digital platform has really reduced the distance, wherein students at their home getting a lot of courses done online. So now I would have, Mr. Preetham Salvi, from IBM Global Services. Again, highlight his views on how these students actually have excelled in their studies and have excelled because of his interaction with the young people that is there, coming into the industries, his experience of such students, and how he feels how this young child, what he has learned and how he has actually converted his dream into a reality, how he feels probably the education system should inculcate that in our current students. So Mr. Preetham Salvi, I would request you to take it further.
Hi, good afternoon, all of you.
Just to correct, Dr. Preetham Salvi.
Thank you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
And am I allowed to share something from my screen?
Perfectly, yes, sir.
Yeah, because I put some
Ashish,
effort on.
can you just give him the rights?
Yeah, Pritam ji, you can do that. You are a co-host.
Okay. So thank you, Meenakshi, and congratulations, Aditya, Sandeep, and the rest of the people for putting this all together. This is really a great thing. And when you reached out to me, to say something on a forum like this, it put a little pressure. So I had to go back to the internet and thanks to Google, do some research on what is it that I should, pick out and bring some relevance from experience, etc. So just to add on to what Aditya mentioned in his presentations, and it was very encouraging, even at this age, to look at a young gentleman like you and your thoughts on how the youngsters are going to add value. And I thought, let me just share this screen. Just 1 second. Huh? Yeah. Can you all see the screen or no?
No, not yet.
No, sir.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay, now?
Yes, now it's
good. Are we good? Okay.
It is visible.
Okay, great. So this is basically, for all those who've been following music and, art for a while, this is Louis Armstrong, a self-taught, jazz artist who's probably, known to most of us who follow music. And what is interesting is, this is what one of his songs says, that I hear babies cry, I watch them grow, they'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And these lines aptly, resonate the thoughts that, you shared, Aditya, and most of the other people, in this forum, that the innovation and, invention is going to be key to success. And it is going to come from none other than youngsters like you. Because, and while I was talking about, doing this presentation with my kid, and I said, do you want to also come and, speak a little bit on what innovation is? So when my 13-year-old daughter gave me a word, she said, please use this in your presentation. I said, what is it? I couldn't even pronounce it. It says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. What it basically means is extraordinarily good and wonderful. And this generation of Adityas is basically, something like this can be described by only this word. And, some time back, I was reading a couple of thoughts on innovation, and this is what struck me much, and I thought I should bring it out in this discussion rather than talking about who's done what innovation. Is that what happens is, as we all grow and as we all, get into our own rut of our daily routine work, what differentiates the youngsters from us is their thoughts have no limit, or their thoughts have no predefined direction, which kind of, brings in self-concept or bias, which restricts innovation. In case of grown-ups, not necessarily, I'm sure there are a lot of exceptions, but Largely what happens is there is inability of an aging conceptual innovator to match the brilliant achievement of their youth. It's not because of depletion of some, capability that they have, but it is caused by an impact of accumulating experience. What it basically means is the real enemy of conceptual innovation is the fixed habits of thoughts and thinking. So what happens as we get into our journey of earning our bread and doing things that are of routine, it could be possible that we become captives of an early achievement which has got us to a certain level and probably left us there. And that brings in the significance of why and the necessity of youngsters coming into the innovation space and guiding us in the future. And Aditya, this small initiative that you've taken is going to go a long way in that direction. And there's a lot of examples in the marketplace in this country where people have done some wonderful work similar to yours. I could just bring up a couple of examples here. Here is this gentleman called Tejas Sidnal, who's used carbon from the air and started creating tiles which are being used for interiors in houses, and it's created value out of something that was otherwise creating a problem for society at large. There's this gentleman called Sachin Gangadharan, who's invested a lot of time, energy, and money in creating a solution for a biodegradable packaging creation. There are several other players in this space, but this innovation coming from a youngster. There are some 15 odd girls from in 2017 who've created a car which runs 300 kilometers per liter. All these are people who are below 20 years of age. I don't know how many people. I have specifically some interest in food and food processing, and bees and honey has been something very close to my heart as a subject. And this is very interesting to see. Somebody's created a bot where the bees are currently under a lot of pressure in terms of sustaining the urbanization, and bees are a key to the environmental upkeep and growth of agricultural crops, etc. People have seen 30-40% improvement in crops where beehives have been kept as a part of the farms, etc. So here is a 12-year-old Kavya Vignesh who's created a bot that helps bees to find way back to their nests. There's this guy who's created, Akash, 10th standard student, a skin patch to detect heart attacks. I'm just going to run through this because I'm sure there are a lot of people wanting to also share their thoughts. But then 11th class student who's created goggles for the blind. These are some of examples of youngsters who've shaken and broken the shackles of the fact that you require to grow and get some experience to innovate and bring value to the society and people at large. I think it's not that. I think it's more importantly, as Dr. Shumantra Ghoshal from London School of Economics has also said, that for innovation to happen and for people to come out with the best of what they can do, it's not important to give inputs, but it's also important to create an ecosystem that can promote thought process which is unbiased and conducive for creating something of value or creativity from individuals. If you have to get those kind of behaviors of innovation, not only for youngsters but also in educational institutes, it's important that we give them platform and forums like this to interact, which are going to be critical for innovation to come out. And these stories which I shared and some of those 2-3 slides on my thoughts on how I look at innovation, I think my congratulations to Aditya and the rest of the people here for putting this together. Maybe at some other fora at a longer duration of time, we could discuss variety of other innovations that people have bought in and what could be a structure or a template or a thought process to do this, and augment what Aditya and people are already attempting to do. So all the very best, and thanks once again, all of you, for having the patience to hear me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Preetham sir. It was very interesting to see the slides that you have, and the psychological aspect that you cover of everything always. That is what basically strikes with me as well. So thank you so much, and it was really interesting. So as now we see, very interestingly, the story and the link that has been formed here right now is with Aditya speaking about his innovation and the thought process that he had. Then Mr. Mateti discussing, how he views, the students can actually students actually created a lot of difference while in the time of COVID, trying to learn new skills and everything. With Preetham Salvi sir discussing the same, that how we limit ourselves, and this is basically the entrepreneurial streak of the taking risk and trying new things out, which we have actually due to the the fear of failure or whatever, we have killed that probably. I would ask Deepak Toshniwal sir, who is with us, who is founder of Disha Foods, so which is into chocolate manufacturing. He also tried something new. He is a founder of this food company. He's also he has been into pharmaceutical for so many years. How he views how can we create these dynamic young students, and his interaction with the student fraternity of late. Has there been change in the kind of students or the entrepreneurs, the young entrepreneurs that he's seeing during time of COVID? He's also associated with a lot of small entrepreneurs, which he has a forum wherein he has more than 300 or 400 entrepreneurs where he keeps interacting with them. These are the young entrepreneurs. So what is his view on the current student fraternity, the current young entrepreneurs? And do you see any change which, during the times of COVID, that these young entrepreneurs have actually evolved themselves and has become, a new force to reckon with? Mr. Deepak Toshniwal, sir.
Thank you so much for, first of all, inviting here on this forum. Good afternoon to everybody, all the members here who are present here, all the dignitaries, friends, and everybody. So first of all, I think let's all give a round of applause to Aditya. Let's give a round of applause. Put a clap in the chat box. I think that's kind of energy he requires. That kind of a motivation we all have to give him. Why don't we put a clap in the chat box? We all should do that, because he's doing something innovative. He's contributing towards the country. He is contributing towards the humanity. I think. I will tell you only one thing to everybody. Necessity is the mother of all innovation. So I think that is where it has to be picked up. We know the UV was there since long time, but it was this time that he picked up. It was the situation. It was the necessity where Aditya picked it up. And always we should all respect the ideas, the innovations and everything. So first and foremost thing, Aditya, you're doing a wonderful thing. We all are with you. We all are going to be with you. We are going to support you for the 2nd of October. It's not only 2nd of October. We will support you with all the innovations, because I always believe in one thing. One is creativity and innovation should always be respected. Innovations and creativity, because see, example, if you're using a mobile phone, somebody has created it. If you are using a laptop, somebody has created it. Somebody has contributed to it. So we should all be thankful to each and everybody who has created or contributed towards the humanity. So every drop of it can make life very easy. So that's what I always believe, Aditya. Yes, I believe, because even I believe only in innovation. If I'm into manufacturing of chocolates, I do only innovation on chocolates. I did world's first ever chocolate for women, because women suffer a lot during their menstrual cycle. So I should give some relief. So that's what I even believe it. So the thought process match. Now coming back to all the students and everybody, what I believe is, if you want to avoid this third wave, if you want to avoid avoid the third way is one thing. What Aditya is doing, we all should support, number one. Number two, within ourselves, as we all should become a COVID warrior. We all should become a COVID warrior. So COVID warrior, there are 2 to 3 things what we need to do. Number one, apart from all the sanitizations and everything, we need to build our immunity. We need to build our immunity. If you don't build our immunity, nothing can stop you. You need to build the immunity. Whatever vaccines you have, whatever things you have, you need to build your immunity. Please try to build your immunity. Have fantastic quality kind of a food, hygiene, maintain hygiene, and of course, yes, this has been boon in disguise, as everybody is saying. I think everybody has utilized so many things in creativity and innovations. Life has changed. The perspective of life is being changed now. So we need to, now everybody knows that we need to be more focused, more innovative, more creativity as is required. So as student, Aditya has been a motivation, but apart from that, my request to everybody is one thing: please build your immunity. That is the only one thing that can save you from any kind of a third wave or fourth wave of anything. Because whatever you do, everything comes and halts towards the body immunity. Even if the medicine has to act, you need that kind of immunity in the body. So my request to everybody is please build up your immunity. That is my first and foremost thing which I do. I, being a pharmaceutical background, I'm an MPharm PhD, been studying a lot of medicines. I've been doing what you call seeing all the innovations in the world. So this is what is required. So that is only few things I want to say to all of them. And I know there are so many prominent speakers. Everybody's each and every thing which has been said here will add value to everybody, because I always believe in value addition in life. If you come as a speaker, we need to add value to whatever this forum has been asked. So first and foremost thing, once again, I would request everybody, let's all support Aditya. Let's all support Aditya for this innovation. And apart from doing that, he is giving a world record as a gift to everybody. What else you require? I think that is the most best part. That is what's been done. So this is what I would like to say. I do not want to say much. This is what I would say. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Let's all be energetic. Let's all support everybody, and let's have a healthy and wealthy life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Deepak Toshniwal. And it's always been pleasure to hear from you, because you've got so much energy. I wonder what you eat, what wonder thing that you eat. Maybe it's a chocolate that you manufacture. And it's always so, full of Josh. So it's always like, how's the Josh kind of thing that I want to ask you, because you're full of energy. So it's nice. Even if some student would be sleepy right now, would have, got up. So we have, thank you so much. We have with us now Dr. Milind Pandey, who is a Pro Vice Chancellor of MIT University. He has joined us. And Dr. Pandey, now that you have joined, I would just quickly brief as to what we have discussed so far. We have had the academic and industries people talk about this young entrepreneur Aditya Pachpande's invention of the Suraksha kit, which probably is going to have a world record on 2nd of October. So we have really praised him for his invention and creation of this Suraksha kit, which is a UV kit which he has created to sanitize and sterilize the day-to-day things that we use. So this was a thing. And also the academic and industry speakers have discussed about how the young students are getting back into the main force of education or being entrepreneurship and being accepted, how they are accepted in the industry. So that is what we have discussed. So I would now, ask your views on now that the whole system of education is resuming back with students coming into the campuses. Do you think will the entire system come back to the old normal that we had left, or will there be something new? Will there be a new normal? that we should have our students be prepared with. So Dr. Pandey, I would request your views on how the system or how the students are coming back, and your view on how our young chap Aditya Pachpande has really excelled in being a entrepreneur.
Thank you, and very good afternoon to every one of you. Am I audible? Sufficiently audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Aditya, many congratulations. Sandeep ji, many congratulations to you for mentoring. In Marathi, let me say, पाचपांडे घराण्याची पहाट आता उगवायला सुरुवात झाली आहे. सूर्य आदित्य त्याच्या नावामध्येच आदित्य आहे. So I am sure this sun, I know, let me tell you, what do you mean by Bharat? We are talking of the post-COVID era. So Bharat ka meaning aisa hai, Bha means Prakash and Rat. So there are two type of Prakash. One is Surya Prakash and one is Gyan ka Prakash. So Gyan Prakash mein Rat, that is Bharat. और ये जो सूर्य प्रकाश जो यहाँ से अभी पूरे भारत नहीं पूरे विश्व को मेरी बहुत बहुत शुभकामना है. ये ज्ञान के प्रकाश में आदित्य जी के माध्यम से हम लोग जो मैंने बोला कि the Pachpande family, the rising sun of Pachpande family is coming up soon. So please accept my hearty congratulations, and let me touch upon the topic. So what are those healthcare technologies for common man in new normal? I would like to focus completely on the technologies, since coming from the techno management background, the PhD in management, PhD in electronics engineering, that too in 5G wireless. So I would like to focus for another 7 to 8 minutes. What are those technologies in new normal? And for common man, what are those affordable technologies? We are talking of second wave, third wave, fourth wave, but really what are those? So artificial intelligence versus artificial wisdom. Idea is that we are talking of AI, then augmented reality, virtual reality. And let me tell you, this is not a job of only engineering, the AI for all. That is the concept which is emerging, and how these healthcare technologies, or how the doctors, patients. So moving to the smart healthcare system, that is what the need of the hour, which is affordable for the common man. And technology and humans hand in hand for the better healthcare. That is the purpose, and that's what we call this as the holistic digital health. Everybody, we have a mobile with us. How we can make an effective use of this mobile, the mobile technologies, the 4G, 5G, the 5G based hospitals are coming. Even patient did not to go, and even why it is important, why we are talking of 3G, 4G, 5G, because so that is the safe distancing. And we are talking of SMS. So this safe distancing, remotely doctor can check the patient, can give the medicines, and we are also talking of the mobile health, mobile education. We also started talking of eye doctor, eye nurse. These are the new technologies coming in, the robotics in Corona system. Let me tell you about the eye doctor. Aditya, I mean, you might have heard this before, but the eye doctor is a concept. It is a health kind of ATM for rural village health. See, I remember what Abdul Kalam Saab said. He said, if we want to get the Indian rural health and education system, we need 3 types of connectivities. One is physical connectivity, knowledge connectivity, and electronic connectivity. See, the digital India, the movement led by our Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji, we have a national knowledge network. We have a national optic fiber network. Each and every Gram Panchayat has been connected so far. How we can tackle the Corona pandemic, if suppose third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. So my idea is, eye doctor is a health kind of ATM, because you know the doctor to patient ratio is very horrible. 1:3,800, which is not accepted for any developing country. MBBS doctor, if he has been detained to go to the rural health, you know what is the statistics, how many doctors are going, how we can address the village health. Here is the solution. Here is the solution called health ATM. You just enter into the ATM kind of a thing, just sit in front of the kiosk machine. all the sensors will act upon you. What is your SpO2, what is your blood pressure, what is your temperature and everything. And based on some discussion on AI base, ki sir dukh raha hai, pet dukh raha hai, something in the Marathi language with the help of CDAC, we can base the machine learning, and based on that question answer session, you have to just keep yes, no, the prescriptions will be generated and medicines will be dispensed. I'm not talking of any rocket science. This MIT Medical College plus IBM plus Persistent, we developed this called iDoctor. And that is something is required. Same is iNurse. So my idea is this entire technology can be used for healthcare trackers, all the wearable and sensors. हम सब iPhone, Samsung का घड़ी पहन के सब wearable and sensors we are monitoring our heart rate. The medical technologies of future is the genome sequencing, nanotechnology, 3D printing. My idea of this digital holistic health system is from painful to painless. From painful to painless. And my friends, these 4 P's are very, very important when we are tackling with this corona pandemic. We want predictive solutions. We want preventive solutions. We want personalized solutions. And we want the participatory of the patient into this entire healthcare ecosystem. We are talking of industry 4.0, education 4.0. Let me talk about the health 3.0. It's all the real-time monitoring from the remote access that is possible. All the devices at the low cost is available. I said these 8 technologies which are dominating the medical field, that is AI, that is a blockchain, the cloud, then data sciences, the patient ka data, even in the Sahyadri hospital, how we are monitoring, how we can predict ki ye abhi aisa hone wala hai. It's all predictive analysis. We started talking of IoT in the smart city, in the smart healthcare system, which is a need of the hour for a population like India. So Internet of healthy thing, Internet of green thing, so many things. The 3 B's of healthcare, my friends, they are very, very important. These are biology, bytes and bandwidth. I will not get into the all details of it, but then this National Digital Health Mission, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and the telemedicine guidelines already issued by the Ministry of Health for both COVID and non-COVID health issues. And many health tech startups are coming up. They are coming up from the village. The grassroots innovations for the health are coming. And that is the need of the hour as an educational institution. We want those days gone when you are getting admission to any reputed institution or your percentage or whatever the companies are coming. Now the institutions has been recognized how many startups are coming from your organization. Whether you have a startup nursery, and healthcare has to play a very, very important role in this pandemic. We have a shortage of doctors. Doctor to patient ratio, I spoke to you. Then the medical profession, I don't want to get into it, the facts, because number of government medical colleges, number of private medical colleges, number of seats. The solution for India is the evolution of 5G technologies for the healthcare. The various applications of 5G in healthcare. The new hospital came up. I said the first fully 5G enabled hospital in USA, the first in the world, the Veteran Affairs Palo Alto, that is the name, in California, USA, for treating the corona patients. You know the system, my friend. I spoke to you the artificial intelligence and IoT based diagnosis and the drug dispensing system that is called the health ATM. So doctor, I said nurse, the robotics in healthcare, the importance of technology. Being a technology person, let me tell you the low cost solutions for detecting the coronavirus or whatever the symptoms, whatever the family in this. But then IoT has to play an important role. The AI has to play an important role. Oxygen, wearable oxygen concentrator are available nowadays. You have to just put like a bag, the oxygen concentrator, and you can be on the work. You need not to be at the home. So these are the various things which I would like to tell you. The Internet of Green Things, I said, the various body mapping, the AI in healthcare, which I was mentioning, the head, the arm, the chest, the clothing, the waist, socks, these all are the digital health sensor which can be monitoring your health. The electronic smartwatches, we said, based on the AI and interaction. The mobile-based ultrasound, the self-sterilizing mask, that is the new technology came up, self-sterilizing mask, mobile-based heart monitoring, electronic smart ring. You have to just put a ring and then the entire body will be scanned. So these are the all new technologies, smart clothing, the AI in healthcare. The IIT Kharagpur came out with the AI-based track social distance. है ना, इन बहुत सारा भीड़ में हम जाते हैं. So with the cameras, the solution came. Then not only that, the thermal sensors used to scan body temperature, and you will find कौन से patient को कितना temperature and how we can separate him out. The aerial thermography using drones with thermal cameras, you can see social distancing, whether following or not. These are all technologies, my friend, which are using. The coronavirus outbreak, you can see, I was discussing about the data sciences. And so the team in Boston, they have used the machine learning to track the virus. They are using artificial intelligence to track coronavirus outbreak. So the research center, A14 network research center in Tulsa, USA, they use this. But not only that, my friends, we have Indian talent. The Modi ji said IT plus IT is equal to IT. The information technology plus Indian talent like Aditya is India tomorrow IT. How to build up the India tomorrow. So these are the technologies. The AI system in Ayurveda, the Nadi Tarangini, you have to just put up here using the Vata, Kapha, Pitta, the 3 dimensions of Ayurveda. The detection will happen, and through the integration of the holistic health, Ayurveda, homeopathy, Unani, allopathy, combinedly we can give the treatment to the patient at the low cost for the common man in new normal. So various Indian startups are there, my friends. The Easy Patho we did. If you prick here and take a photograph from your Android mobile, you will get the 3 blood parameters on your screen. That's called the Easy Patho, developed by the students. And so many things, the Indian startups are coming like anything. There is a startup called EasyRx. You have to just put it here, within the 5 minutes, you will get the 32 parameters on your screen. So that is possible. This is something, the startup came from the Odisha. A man just graduated has prepared this. The non-invasive cancer detection, AI-based glucose sensing while sweating. So many startups, my friends, I don't want to get into it. But then again, the Google AI for healthcare. So they came up, the Google came up very well. Then skin cancer can be detected. The very own person, Dr. Ramesh Raskar from COEP Pune, and now at MIT Media Lab USA has came up with the radar for the human eye. I mean, so many things on the virtual reality, augmented reality can help to fight with the coronavirus. My friends, I will conclude with one saying of Dr. Abdul Kalam Sahab. What he said, and one more important before that, sometimes you need to change the direction. Patience is not always an optimal way. That is what the famous saying. How to look, how we can build up the health ecosystem because of this corona pandemic. We need to change our direction. And let me conclude. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab said, the health does not always come from medicine. What we taught, what the lesson we learned in this, the health does not always come from medicine, most of the time it comes from the peace of mind, peace in the heart, peace of soul. And also it comes from the laughter and love. What is important, what we learned in this. So let me conclude with the saying that Vishwa Kalyana Shantida Arogyam Dhana Sampada. So I would like to stop here and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my mind on the innovative perspective of this COVID warrior, how the various startups can come from the institution for benefit of the common man in Europe. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pandey, and a very interesting view on how technological transformation has happened during the time of COVID and how students and the rest of the world has utilized that. I would now request CA Vijay Athable from BSOP Solutions to throw some light. Now we are running out of time, so probably I will ask Mr. Vijay Athable to be a little, quick and understanding or explaining how he feels young Indian have become more resilient, more dynamic, and probably more ready for any kind of adversity which might happen in future. Be it regards to something like pandemic or otherwise. C. Vijay Athable, I would request your views on this.
Thank you, Meenakshi ji. So I will of course be brief, and well, a lot of speakers before me have said most of the things which I also would want to echo with them. One of the things which I would like to, of course, bring out straight away is what Mr. Mateti had spoken about, the ability and the desire of the students to do something. And here I would take the opportunity to seriously congratulate Aditya, because he has done a wonderful job. You have really made better use of the pandemic challenge. You have made use of the time. You had an option. And all students should learn from this, that we always have an option. We can waste our time, we can do something else, or we can do something creative and innovative, as Aditya said. And it's very creditable what he has come up with. And we all should really support him. I'm wholeheartedly with you, Aditya, on this, and you have done a great job. Wonderful to see young Indians coming up and standing up to the challenges and delivering, where it matters the most. So it is really wonderful. I would also like to touch upon the point which Meenakshi ji had spoken about, the pandemic qualified kids, as you call them. And I would like to share a little bit of a thought, that I have been on the certain companies panels for recruitment of students and getting them on board for industries. So what do we really look for? We don't look for students who have got very, very high marks only, or very, very, kind of academic. The biggest thing, of course, we look for all that. There's no question that academics do play an important role. There's no question. But the biggest thing that we look for is the attitude. That is the one and the biggest thing that we look for. What is the attitude of the child? What is the youngster, talking about? How much is he willing to learn? How much is he willing to adapt? And people like Aditya are showing that, that the young Indians, the new brigade which is coming up, really has the ability and the capability to deliver when and where it matters the most. So I feel that all students should take a leaf out of this book and, learn that we can be the best. We have it within us. We need to really look inwards. We need to see whether we are leveraging our time to the optimum or not. And once you do that, opportunities are galore. Every company you will find, they are dying to get people like this. So, on one hand, we keep hearing that jobs are not there. On the other hand, when I talk to industry people, I only hear one thing: good people are not there. So it's a mismatch. So good people need to come up from the student brigade only, and they have the ability, they have the capability. And the current challenges, of course, have posed a lot of issues, but I think that has already been dwelt upon by many of the speakers. So I will not take too much of time. Once again, congratulations, Aditya, you have done a great job. And to all the students there, use your opportunities, use the time, leverage it to best way that you can, learn a lot and deliver a lot. Thank you. That's about all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vijay Athable, and it was really nice, quick, and brief as always. I would now request Mr. Ashish Dalia, who is the CEO of iKnowledge Factory. He, being a young entrepreneur himself, who started something, at a very early age. How he sees, or basically how has been his response towards young Indians, how they are coping up with COVID, because he's also associated with a lot of young people around. And basically his views on young Aditya's attempt in getting this world record at such an early age. So how do you see, Ashish sir, how India is changing right now after COVID?
So Meenakshi, in the interest of time, okay, I might be like a bad cop over here because everyone might now like to rush home or probably like to shut down, but I'll be very quick on that. So you had put up two questions over here is what is the young talent had been doing? So what I look up at is young talent had been innovating. Aditya is one of the live example for us. They had been upscaling themselves. Okay, they had been one of the era who have been consuming a lot of digital consumption. Now it's a time for this young team or young Indians to be a digital producers. So another example, the way Aditya saw the way vegetables and the way fruits were being got into home, people were washing it up. He came up with a business idea and he came up with a smart box, which is a for sanitization. So that is what. So if we heard sometime back, Deepak told that necessity is a mother of all inventions. Okay, and Aditya really proved it up over there because he had been seeing some regular pattern in which parents and the entire ecosystem were consuming. Okay, let it be the digital content or the kind of food what they are consuming there. Okay, but then immediately an idea strike to him and he executed idea into a reality. That is what is one of the things. Second thing about young Indians is I always believe one thing, age is no guarantee of a maturity. There is no age which defines a maturity or an age which says that you can take up ownership now. Okay, again, Aditya is an epitome and he is an example of that, studying in 9th standard and what he has been able to achieve. Before starting of this session, I just saw his video on YouTube. He's got his own website. And I was thrilled to see the body language, the communication, and the level of content which he was delivering. Today, even if someone asked me to deliver the level of content which he was delivering on his video at one of the forum is simply amazing. So what does this essentially means is the entire ecosystem. A lot of credit, in fact, goes down to his father, Sandeep Pachpande. So Aditya, as Milind sir already spoke about Pachpande, so I had researched on a name of Aditya. Aditya means new. It means unique. Okay, and that is what we have seen in his character. And Pachpande, when I talk about, so I look up at Pachpande or Pachpando is one and the same thing, who with a very minimalist resources had been able to beat a huge and humongous Kaurav Sena over there because they had a right mentor. And with Aditya, there was a Sandeep ji who was a mentor. So I think if an ecosystem of a parent and a kid today matches together, there could be lots of Aditya which could be created. And today at India level, we need such an Adityas, more and more innovation of Aditya because as Milind sir also mentioned about IT, which is about Indian talent now. So now it's an era of exposure of the Indian talent. So those are just two bits from my side in the interest of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashish Dalia. Now we are having, we have spoken so much about Aditya. I would request, which everybody would now want to hear, is from Dr. Sandeep Pachpande, who is chairman of ASM Group. How, now there are so many things probably he can throw light on. Everybody has, also addressed him while they were addressing Aditya. Basically, his view on innovative attempt of his young child. And what are his views and in bringing this forward and what he would like to suggest to our students. Please, Dr. Sandeep Pachpande, sir.
Thank you very much, Meenakshi. A very good afternoon to everyone. Let me try to be very brief in the interest of time. But first of all, thank you to everyone. I cannot take the names, but everyone who has participated, who have arranged this program. Absolutely pleasure to be here. And thank you very much for the support, encouragement, what everyone has given. That drives us to do more and more as such. See, if you look at the education, the role of education is to prepare our youth for the future. And our future jobs are going to be very different. If we have to prepare them for that, we have to teach them the 21st century skills, innovation, creativity, critical thinking and problem solving skills are something which is going to be very, very important for them to succeed in the future. And this is what we have to bring into our education system. Unfortunately, our education system, in fact, kills all these skills. So what we need is to have a change in mindset, which can help to drive this. Now, I remember the quote by Mr. Obama, where he said that innovation and education are the currency for the future. And a few weeks back, I was listening to Dr. Mashilkar, where he said that innovation in education is the currency to the future. And that is what we need. We need to rethink, reboot, reimagine the education system and how it can be delivered by leveraging technology. Because of COVID, we have all adapted technology, and thankfully now we are using that to make sure that we give personalized level of education. We talked of the COVID batch. Mehtati sir said, Saili Kankar spoke on that. Pritam Salvi also said we have to think outside the box. Toshniwal ji also talked a lot about innovation. But here is what we'll have to do in the education sector is adopt this technology and try to bring in that level of personalized education and use this as an opportunity. I see every crisis provides an opportunity. So in fact, if we utilize this, we would be able to give more. In fact, we said the COVID batch. Now, while we are talking about some of the problems with the COVID batch, let me give you a few examples of some of our students I've seen. They have performed better in COVID. They found it to be more productive because the travel times are saved, and it's a great opportunity for them to learn more. So it is up to them and up to us as educators on how to curate and give them those opportunities to learn as such. Dr. Milinji spoke about the Bharat and the 5G. And yes, with 5G, we are going to totally revolutionize the way things are done. So, Vijay sir also spoke that there are attitude issues what we need to work up with. The companies look for that. Again, how do we develop these skills? One of the problems I'd see with the education system is that we are not encouraging students to think outside the box. And as Aditya says, they should be made to think outside the building, in fact. And that is where we need that total change in our mindset. And another part which I feel missing in our system is we have to create the young minds who are socially responsible and are good human beings so that they can contribute to all levels of the society. I'm sure that with the young generation, we have very, very high hopes, and with everyone who is talking about this will definitely contribute to make the world a better place. We at NextGen Innovate and Aditya believes that every other child there has the capability to do what he's done or do better than that. Only what we have to do as a society, as education institutions, is to provide them the right encouragement, the right support, and the right ecosystem for doing this. I would always say that, probably this is the best time for anyone to be a student and come out in the corporate world. There's so many opportunities available, but we have to look out for those opportunities and take the right steps. So again, in the interest of time, I would stop here. Thank you everyone for the encouragement and support. We look forward for you to join us in the world record attempt and also help us to make the environment around us, the society around us safer, and in our mission on Mahatma Gandhi's birthday and the frontline workers, so that everyone is safe and we are all in this together. So look forward to everyone's support. And thank you once again, everyone at the forum and FII for arranging this wonderful meeting and giving us this opportunity.
Meenakshi, you have to unmute.
Meenakshi,
you have to unmute.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Pachpande, and congratulations to you on your achievement that your son has done, and all the best. Definitely, he'll be, very successful in future. I would now request Dr. Ganesh Rao, who has been patiently listening to us, to throw light on how he views basically, his views on mobilizing the youth towards a journey back to colleges and workplace. and what he feels about this whole thing.
Dr. Rao?
Dr. Rao? I think you might have to call Dr. Rao. I think probably would have got it.
Sir, you have to unmute yourself, I think, Dr.
Yeah,
Rao.
he's on mute.
Dr. Rao, you're on mute if you are speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you can hear me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good afternoon, everybody. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Very good afternoon, everybody. Pleasure to be a part of this very innovative forum. An excellent theme that we have today is with COVID on its way out and with fears of the third wave always lingering on in our minds. How do we get back to normalcy? Okay, on one side, slowly you see normalcy coming on in the malls, on the streets, on the roads, in the factories, everywhere. But the next generation, that is young people, have yet to come up on the campuses. The reason is the government definitely wants to protect the next generation. And here is this young boy who also has got a wonderful product to protect this young generation. So the next generation protecting the next generation. I think this is a very classic case. And I congratulate the young wizard on discovering or inventing this wonderful product. Because today we have to get back to normalcy. Okay, life can't go on. We have all been hiding at homes, or rather, okay, staying at homes, trying to be safe. That was the need of the hour then. But the crisis is over. But the fear of these type of crisis will always linger on. The name of the crisis today is COVID. It could come up with a different brand name tomorrow. So the fear will always be there. So how do we come out this fear? We have to come out with strategies. Young man is showing us the way by coming out with one of his strategy. And I think this way we have to protect ourselves, use the box that he has discovered. And from our institution side, at least, we're going to ensure that when the campuses officially start, we'll have these boxes put up so that the students get into the habit of being hygienic forever. Because can't say about future, it's going to be this way. But are we going to be at home online? We have come to understand that online has got its own limitations. Online is suitable for a segment of society, but may not be suitable to all the segments. So we have to be very careful when we give a judgment about what is suitable, online suitable, offline suitable, should be at home, should not be at home. But I think the way forward is to gradually come back to normalcy, cautiously using the various gadgets that will be coming up. And I think this forum has done a great job in propagating this wonderful concept. Young Pachpande, congratulations on coming up with this very innovative product. And I would request all the institutions to go ahead and procure this product for the well-being of the entire student community. Best wishes to the forum for a wonderful theme. Back to Professor Meenakshi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Rao. Very inspirational and very, something to really boost up the students. So now I would request finally C. Ashok Bansali, sir, Chairman of FII, to say a few words about how this FII is trying to bring the industry and academic institutions together. And I would then request Professor Marathe to give the final thanking note to all the guests.
Thank you all, distinguished guests, Meenakshi ji, and all. So I would say that in this new world order, thinking out of the box to create a sanitization box is really a great inspiration for all of us. That even young minds and being childlike and being childish is not bad, because that's how and where innovation can come in, and probably we can create and solve many problems. For those who are just new to FII, FII is an initiative of many thought leaders, academicians, management gurus to bring a symbiotic connect between industry and the institutes and the academia to foster the entire ecosystem. That's the basis or on which this has been created. And we have had the patronage of several intellectuals in this, and we thank all of them. And I don't want to hold you all between now and the lunch. And I would thank everybody who has really made this possible, all the distinguished guests, participants, speakers, and of course, a real round of applause for young Aditya, because he is, considering his age, this is where the next gen of India lies, and we can have many more such innovators, creators, leaders. And we at FII are looking for many more initiatives on entrepreneurship with finance for people who have good ideas, creativity, brainstorming, and also on digital transformation, digitization, as well as delving into new technologies, be it blockchain, AI, and many others. So we with this support which we have got from the entire ecosystem and the beautiful team of participants we have at FII, I think we'll come in with many much more. Just keep watching, and thanks everybody.
Thank you, Bansali sir. Marathi sir, your final vote of thanks. Marathi sir, can you please unmute yourself? No, we can't hear you.
Marathi sir, you have to unmute.
Fine, probably he's not able to unmute. So I would request Bansali sir.
Yes, am I audible
Okay,
now?
yes,
Am I audible? I could
yes,
do it.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is a very wonderful morning. We have a very inspiration master Aditya here. I would begin to thank with him. He has given a very wonderful thought, and we should learn from him. Then it was followed by Dr. Saili Gankar. Then Mateti Sudhir, Pritam Salvi, followed by Deepak Toshniwal, Milind Pandey, CA Vijay Athavale, Ashish Dalia, Sandeep Pachpande, and last but not least, Ganesh Rao, followed by my friend Ashok. With this, I conclude my vote of words, because we are already running out of time, but it is my protocol to mention. It's formality, ritual, I can say. We should welcome, we should thank everybody. And I'm really honored for giving me this work. And as usual, I do it very sincerely. I close my this small thanking speech in a closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And we would be closing the session. But final last words to Aditya. All the best for your future. All the best with this creative innovation. And also wish that we see a lot more coming. Wish you all the best. And congratulations to your father, Dr. Sandeep Pachpande, for raising a child in such an innovative manner, probably, which really created the entrepreneurial streak in you.
I have here a small Marathi saying here, which I wish to intend for Sandeep Pachpande sir. Marathi मध्ये एक म्हण आहे. I hope you all understand. आडात असेल तर पोहरात येतं. I hope Sandeep you understood what I mean, because something is there with you. So it has come to the surface in the form of your son. And with this, again.
And I would also like to add, Meenakshi, just 15 seconds. We wish that a new world record is created on 2nd October, and which goes into history as one of the really innovative milestones. With that, we,
I Meenakshi ji, even I would like to एक मैं शेर अर्ज करूंगा जो मैं और आदित्य के लिए मैं तो बोला था कि ये सूरज है. सो एक आदित्य एक मुझे ऐसा कहना है, दैट इज फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ अस. आप जो करने जा रहे हैं 2 अक्टूबर को, किसी शायर ने बड़े अच्छे से कहा है कि तू अपनी जमी अपना आकाश पैदा कर. तू अपनी जमी अपना आकाश पैदा कर. तू इस जहां में अपना इतिहास पैदा कर. मांगने से खुशी किसी को नहीं मिलती. तू हर कदम पर अपना विश्वास पैदा कर. तू हर कदम पर अपना विश्वास पैदा कर. Many congratulations to you, Aditya, and looking forward for the India son, the tomorrow's India son. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everyone. Meenakshi ji, I'll just take 30 seconds. So probably it's in the grandparent genes, and I take the credit for his success that I do not interfere in what he does. And probably this is what parenting we should do, that let them do what they're doing, encourage them. And the last thing, sir, it's not really about the world record. It is about spreading awareness as such. As Aditya told, we have done crowdfunding. So ASM will be donating 950 of these boxes. So it may reach 1,000. On after 2nd October, we are going to donate around 1,000 of the Suraksha kits to the underprivileged, needy, and frontline workers as such. And it's not only about COVID, it's about something regular. It's some, think of it like a water purifier. Earlier we thought we don't need it, but now everyone thinks it's required. So for the future, this is something which will always be required. Maybe the second wave, third wave, any other virus comes in, any variant comes in. So again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And we wish you all the best, and definitely in your social obligations and social responsibility that you are undertaking. Thank you so much. Thanks, Aditya, and thanks all the guests for being part of this forum today. And we will have many more. And as Bansali sir said, that we'll be having a lot of series on the entrepreneurial, series that we're going to start. And we would definitely have Aditya as our first guest to discuss and speak about his experiences and everything. That will motivate the students to really come forward. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Meenakshi, I echo that. We'll have Aditya
as our first guest. Yes.
One must also appreciate Miss Meenakshi for handling this show very well.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's great.
As ever, she's always there, ready, and
And now we are getting into a mutual admiration game. Okay.
Thank you, Meenakshi ji. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sundeep ji. Thank you, Aditya. God bless you all.
Ji, Thavle, all the guests,
Thank you.
Milind ji, Sahili Kankar ji, everybody. Ganesh Rao sir, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for the wonderful program.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would be closing the session. Thank you.